Hey everybody, how's it going? Tyson here with Connection Allies, and today we're going to be diving into the magical world of A/B testing inside of ClickFunnels 2.0. If you've ever wondered why a funnel's not performing well, if you want to get ahead of the curve as far as making sure every click counts, this is going to be the video for you. We're going to be diving into the magical world again of A/B testing and how to optimize your funnels the best way possible, specifically with ClickFunnels 2.0. Even if you're not using ClickFunnels 2.0, A/B testing is still something you want to use, but we're going to be going over the how-to regarding that platform specifically. All right, with that said, let's dive into it and get into the video. Alrighty, so we are inside of ClickFunnels 2.0 here, and I have a funnel that I've been working on, but I want to make sure it starts off on the right leg. In order to do that, we want to make sure that we are using A/B testing probably on the first step, just because we want to see which headline is going to perform the best, what actually leads to a conversion, and yeah, that's gonna be the main thing we're testing first is headlines, right? So to test a specific funnel step inside of ClickFunnels 2.0, all we have to do is click on the three dots right here on the actual step we want to enable that on. In this case, I'm going to use this guy right here because, again, it's the first step inside the funnel. From here, we're going to go ahead and click on Split Test Page. And just like that, you have the option to either split test against an entirely new page, or you can duplicate the existing one that we've already created. In this case, I'm going to duplicate the existing one just because we're trying to recreate or test different headlines, right? Now, from here, what I can do is actually adjust the different levels of traffic each page gets. Now, it's going to be completely randomized. It will be 50-50, but it's going to be random as far as which page is shown and what people are actually taken to. But the main goal here, again, is to get as much information as possible to see which one is performing the best, right? That's the main goal here. Anyways, with that said, now at this point in time, since how we set up a split test, you do not want to give a specific URL or a step URL rather. You want to give the funnel URL at the very top of the page. The reason for this is because if you use any of these specifically or each of these guys, you will just be taking them directly to that specific step, right? It's not going to defer you to each version. It's just going to take you to that specific one. So again, if I give this specific step right here or take this URL and give that out to either put in my ads or give it to a specific person or put it on Facebook, wherever, they will only land on this step right here. If you want to make sure that the split test is working correctly, you want to make sure that you're using this guy at the very top of the page. This is going to be the funnel URL, right? And this one is going to give us the different versions of the page. Now, I didn't make any changes yet, but just for the testing here, we're going to go to step settings. All right, so we can change the actual URL that's being used or the path name for this particular step. And we'll go ahead and we'll do -2. That way it is a unique URL. We want to make sure it's a unique value. Otherwise, it's not going to actually work as we want it to in our favor. We want to make sure that we are aware of which page people are landing on each time. So we'll just do number 2. You can customize it however you want, just so you are aware of which is which, or that way you can see it on the back end as far as where people are landing. We'll go and update the step, and from here, just to test it out, we're going to go ahead and pull this up. You can click on this URL directly, and it will copy it to your clipboard. Now from here, let's go ahead and open up a new tab, and we'll paste in that URL. Fantastic. Give it a second to load. By default, right off the get-go, we are landing on page number 2, which is going to be that second one we have set up. Now it's going to be the clone or the copy version, right? That's the one we started off. If we test it out a few more times, we should be able to get the original there at least once. Again, I told you it's totally random as far as which one lands. There we go. And now we can see we're landing on the original based off of the URL specifically. Just so you know it is working, right? It's very powerful. Want to make sure that it is functioning correctly. But by default, you're good to go as long as you use this guy right here at the very top. Now you can adjust the level of which you are testing at. So right now it's 50-50, but you can click on it directly and go in and adjust the actual percentage. So if you want it to be 75-25 split, that's totally fine. You can do that. Or if you want to cut off traffic completely to one side, you can do that as well. Now, when it comes time to actually seeing which one is performing better and which one you want to, say, get rid of, all you have to do is click over here on the stats icon right next to the little bell right here. And once that opens up, you'll see a little bit of information or some information underneath each of the steps, right? It'll give you page views, opt-ins, all that good stuff. And basically, we're just going off of which one's performing better. Which one are people actually opting into the most? If people are opting in because they love this headline for the copy version or the one we're testing against the original, then you'll know based off of the not the page views necessarily, but the opt-ins, and you can dial into it by clicking on it directly, right? If you want to get more information, but we're not going to go over stats necessarily in this case. Just know as an overview, you can tell by just clicking on this, and you can see that for each step, it gives you specific stats for this particular funnel, right? Now, if you say you want to start by creating a split test from the get-go, not necessarily from an existing page, what you can do instead is, we'll go ahead and just get rid of all this stuff real quick. Let's clear this up. We'll discard. Yeah, we'll discard that change, and we're actually going to get rid of the right-hand side here. There we go. We'll get the right-hand side, and this is what you're going to do when you are deciding a winner, actually, as well. Since we're already covering this, I might as well jump into that as well. So when you have decided the winner, you've looked at the stats, you see the numbers, you are understanding that, okay, more people are opting in on the right-hand side here, the one that we are testing against the original. Okay, well then we can get rid of the original. So all we have to do for this is head to the X icon here as if you're gonna get rid of it. And it'll give you the option to either get rid of both the left or the right. It'll tell you which one is the original and which one is the test. And in this case, we're gonna get rid of the test, all right? So I'm just gonna remove that, and we should be left with just the original, just like that. And if you want to split test it again, you can continue to do so. Just again, click on the three dots, click on split test page, and you can start that process all over again. All right, with that said, if you want to start from the beginning as you're creating the funnel and you want to test specific pages, completely different designs and see which one people interact with the most, people will convert the best on, and that's totally fine. Whatever the idea is here, you can definitely do so. Just click on one of these node icons. All right, and once that appears, or once the right-hand menu appears, click on split test over here, and right from the get-go, it's going to give you those split paths. You can add a step here, you can add a step here, and go about your day. All right, there's one last thing. It's not necessarily a split test, but if we open this up, you have the option for conditional split path. It's not the same. I just want to show both of these. I'm going to lightly cover over conditional split path just because it's not the same as split testing, or A/B testing rather, regarding what we're actually talking about today. Conditional split path is essentially when someone meets a specific goal or criteria throughout your funnel, they will then end up either on the yes path or the no path. So for instance, let's say if we have a specific product we want people to purchase on the order form page here, that's totally fine. All right, and once they purchase this product, you want a specific funnel to be shown, or a specific step to be shown afterwards. Let's say we do that. We'll go ahead and just get rid of this. Hold on. We'll go over here, add a conditional split path. We'll add that to the sequence. And essentially what this means is we're setting up rules or filters to make it so if someone meets a certain criteria, they're going to go down the yes path. If they don't, they're going to go down the no path. So if they purchase a specific product and you want them to see a specific page based off of purchasing that product, then you can set up this rule right here, or this conditional split step. And essentially it will divide people based off of whether or not they meet that criteria. So they've purchased a product, awesome. They go down the left side. If they purchased a product without an order bump, let's say, okay, left-hand side, they purchased the product and an order bump. If they don't meet the criteria, then they'll go down a no path. That's an example of how we can set this up, right? Just an example, and that is it. That's basically an overview of how that functions. I just want to bring it up because it was an option, right? If we're looking over there on the right-hand side, between split path and conditional split path. So a little bit different there as far as functionality goes. The main thing we're focusing on today is going to be split testing and just A/B testing throughout the funnel. Hopefully this helps. If you guys have any questions or you want me to record further videos on other things that this leads to, as far as questions in your mind, please feel free to comment in the comment section below, and I will be more than happy to cover that for you. All right, thanks again for watching, everybody, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day.